what would you say changed the most from freshman year to sophomore year to you going from pitching, 2 innings, 3 innings, to go into sophomore year being the best closer in the nation?
I'd say there's just a lot of things. It comes with obviously the work I put in on myself, and then the teammates around me, the coaching staff, Coach Eager, Coach Esker, just the rest of the guys, the culture we had, and just made it enjoyable to come in the field every day.
This year, kind of similar to last year, is we have that close-knit group, you know what I mean? You can't beat that, to where you come to the locker room and you're genuinely excited to see everyone every day. Whether it's going through lifts, going through practices, doing homework together, whatever it is. I mean, we do everything together, so it really turns into that family.
I know you had, an opportunity to go play at the next level, and you decided to come back here, push that back a year. What would you say your reasoning was, and why'd you make that decision?
It was a tough decision, but it was actually something where I was thinking there's like 2 incredible options. I can go play professional baseball, or I can come back and be with my boys again.
Like, obviously all of us after our junior year, ideally we want to get drafted. That's like the goal, but then like if we don't and things don't work out, or coming back here is just as good as an option. There's no loss for you. I mean, you're gonna come back and you get to get back to it and put yourself in a position to be successful again at this coming year.
To your point, it's like, I remember hitting with Esky last year, and he was telling me his goal is to create such a strong family community environment that when junior year rolls around and you have the same decision that Wolf had, that you seriously have to question it and maybe even strongly consider coming back. And so, if you can make that much of a family commitment, then he's doing his job. And so he wants to build such strong relationships in this locker room that you don't want to go leave your brothers and go, join a new locker room. Your goal is to stay here and win here and stay here as long as you can.
Jack and Wolf, you guys both are taking management sciences and engineering, which is a super tough major, pretty rigorous load. How do you balance that with baseball? Why did you choose such a tough major? But how are you still able to, take care of business in both on the field and in the classroom?
There's a lot of guys in this team in the same major. Wolf, Gretsch, Will over there. He just switched over, and so you got that support group. You have all the resources you could ever need here when it comes to counselors or tutors. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely fun though, because you get to challenge yourself both in the classroom and on the field.
I actually started out as a civil engineer and then went to mechanical engineering and realized that I kind of liked taking the management science classes. They were just more fun and more kind of intellectually stimulating.
For me, being a bioengineering pre-med major, I mean, obviously classes are going to line up in the afternoon, and Esky and those guys have been flexible enough to be like, if you can't get work in the afternoon with the team, then we're gonna make sure you get your work in individually, And that's where those guys are. If I only have a spot open from 10 a.m. to 11:30, they're gonna make sure that I take full advantage of that.
I would say definitely one of the things that I've noticed in my 3 years of being here is that the team is self-motivated. I mean, like, the coaches do motivate us, and the coaches do, cater to us when we need it, when we need them to. But also, the thing that is crazy to me is that everything could be optional, and we would still be doing stuff on our own. Everyone takes it upon themselves to make sure they get their lifts in, to make sure they get their work in, hitting, pitching, whatever it may be, and that's without coaches having to get on us. I mean, that's the crazy thing inside this locker room, is that we really hold ourselves accountable.
Somebody misses a lift or is late to a lift, you have upperclassmen on the team talking to them. Coaches don't really even have to get involved. It's like everybody kind of knows their role when they mess up. It's within this locker room, and it doesn't get outside of it. And I think that's extremely important when you're trying to build strong relationships between guys. And as Esky always says, everything, all success starts in the locker room, and that's importance number one, is to build, that bond in the locker room. And by holding each other accountable, I think that definitely helps a lot.
Here, everybody's so combined about being the best at everything they do that it's like we have 35 leaders and 35 people that are contributing all the time, and we don't necessarily have those few guys that everybody's following. Like, everybody's making sure that everybody's taken care of, you know? It's kind of that whole idea that we preach of picking each other up.
It's just an unbelievable place to be, and we're lucky to kind of be surrounded by who we are, whether it's just in this locker room or in the school in general.
If you're here, you're not here just because you're good at baseball. You're here because you're a good person, you know? And it starts there. That's where you start getting wins.